So is Lofty CRM the real estate industry's best kept secret? Hey, what's up, guys? So I am super excited to have with us the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Sean Everett. Sean is like the Lofty CRM guru, like all things Lofty. If you want to know how to utilize the system at a really deep level, all the add-ons, the artificial intelligence, all things Lofty, Sean's the guy. He's been in the real estate space for 15 years. He has been using Lofty at a really high level for the past 10 years, and he has been helping real estate agents all over the country implement and build and customize Lofty for quite some time now. So we're going to unpack this thing and show you just how powerful it actually is. Sean, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Clayton. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, Sean, tell us just a little bit about your backstory. I know it's a pretty interesting one. How you got into the business, and then how you transitioned over to Lofty, and then ultimately, why are you now teaching agents all over the country how to kind of build this thing?
For sure, man. Absolutely. So it's a big story, but I'll shrink it down. Essentially, I got started in real estate when I was 8 years old. I have people all the time like, dude, you're so full of crap. There's no way. And I'm like, no, I promise you. My dad started flipping houses when I was 8. I got paid $4 an hour to just throw stuff in dumpsters and break things and all that. And over the years, obviously started doing a lot more stuff. But I got licensed when I was 19. So it was like '08 when I got licensed. Super fun year. I remember buying houses for 40 grand and flipping them for like 125. It was insane. Like that was a flip, It's just blew my mind. But
Yep.
what happened was I was just flying by the seat of my pants. I didn't have any systems, no processes. I worked with investors. I had some people that I was also helping, like families and whatnot. But I didn't have a database. I didn't have follow-up stuff. I had zero automation. I mean, I don't even know if that was a thing at that time, right? But I just didn't have any process. I didn't even have a spreadsheet with my people. I was just rolling, right? Well,
Yep.
I was really sick for a while and nobody could figure it out in Vegas. They sent me to UCLA. Come to find out, I have Chiari malformation, which is a brain issue. Essentially, your brain's bigger than your skull, so it's making you go paralyzed. It's basically shutting down the spinal fluid in your neck. So it was within 30 days of learning that I had to go in for surgery. So I didn't even have any time to like put things together. I referred a couple deals out, but like I had nothing to come back from. I had to learn how to walk again. I had to learn, I couldn't see for like a week. I couldn't talk right for a little bit, so it was quite a fun little comeback on that, but essentially they had to cut open my brain. They had to take a couple vertebrae out as well. But what that led me to was what do I go back to? I don't have crap. Like what's going on here? My wife ended up working with me at that time. She came in, helped me out. And we increased revenue by 20% that year. And I don't even remember it because I was on pain meds every 20 minutes, but she kicked butt. So we started to look into the systems and all the stuff. And I just started to kind of just really dive in deep, because we were calling on people for our clients and try to get people in. And everybody's like, no, man, you need to rest. You need to rest. And I'm like, no, I just went bankrupt with this surgery right here. And I didn't really go bankrupt, but it drained me out, right? It was a lot of money to do it. And I'm like, oh, I need some referrals. And so I had to go figure out systems. I had to go figure out lead gen. And I just dove in deep and I learned the hard way. I spent all the money on Google ads and YouTube ads and stuff, just learning it the hard way. But essentially, what I come to find out is I had no systems. So I've used everything from Follow Up Boss, KV Core, which used to be Conversion, which was awesome before KV Core, Real Geeks, Sync, I mean, you name it, right? I mean, before Lofty was Chime and before Chime was even a thing, like that's what I was doing, all using all those. And when Chime came out, it was kind of basic right when it first came out, but it got better really freaking fast. And that's something about Lofty that they just are constantly improving. And so what ended up happening and why I transitioned into doing build outs and things like that for people and training them on this was that was something that I did with my team. I had 25 agents. I was really good at this stuff. I helped people around the office. Well, I started getting side effects from the brain surgery about 4 or 5 years in. And it made me certain days I couldn't even leave my house. Like my head would be spinning. I get really, really dizzy, and so showing houses is hard. So what I started to do when I saw that happening was I started to transition my real estate business into referral business and started to push more harder on the marketing side, helping people with this because there's a massive need for this. Almost every person I talk to about Lofty doesn't even know the first thing of what it does or what it's capable of doing. And so
Yep.
I was stoked when you hit me up about this because I'm like, dude, you don't even know how many people need this. It blows my mind. It really does, right? And so that's really where I got going with all this. And now it's what we do. We're actually international. We're all over North America. So we have several clients with Real up in Canada. We got clients down in Mexico as well. There's only like maybe 5 states we haven't built something in yet, and I'm trying hard to get those states to build some stuff. But it's fun to see everything across the nation and to
Yeah.
see, I deal with everybody outside of Real as well, but to see Real growing the way that it is and to see all the cool people that are involved with it, man, it's awesome. So essentially, that's my quick overview of what I do and how I got here.
Yeah.
And
Such a
it's
cool
it's just
story.
something I love to do, man. I help people every day with this stuff.
Such a cool story. I appreciate you sharing that, Sean. And yeah, it's what a just a blessing that you were able to transition and find something. I'm assuming you work from home now
Yes,
mostly.
sir. Yep. Home
Yeah.
office, man. We homeschool the kids too. I got two
Yeah.
boys. So we're just all together all the time, man. And we
That's
we work, we
awesome.
play, we do everything together. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. Well, let's jump into it. So, and I know you're going to share your screen here in just a minute, but I really want to have I want to walk away from this personally having a deeper understanding of what Lofty is, and you're the guy. So, let's go there, man. Like,
Yeah.
what are the top features that people are missing, or if you're looking for a CRM solution? I know you're obviously a really big Lofty fan. So why don't we start there, Sean? Like why should someone, when looking at the landscape, all you mentioned Follow Up Boss, you've got Ylopo, Sierra Interactive, all these different CRMs out there. Why should someone even consider Lofty at this point?
Yes, I get that question a lot. And I actually help people roll from their current platforms into Lofty a lot too, especially when they come over to Real because it's so cost effective. But it's really just about what you like to have in your features in the CRM. I got people that are just diehard, Sierra people or Sync people, and like that's what they like. And it's like, cool, man, like do your thing if you're used to it. As soon as I get to show them some of the settings and some of the features that Lofty has, they usually roll over because it has so many more that they can offer. But it's not even just the features, it's the way the system works. It's so simplistic and it's easy for agents because I talk to agents every day. They're not marketing people most of the time. They're not website people, follow up people. Like they're not systems people even most of the time. They're salespeople, and they should be. That's what you should be doing is selling houses. You shouldn't be doing all this stuff to when you should just be selling houses, right? So the simplicity of it is awesome. It's very easy to use, but the consumer really likes the way it looks. The consumer loves the way the listings show up. The consumer loves the way that you can get home values and stuff with it. It just makes a lot of sense and it's way less expensive the majority of the time than these other CRMs, even regular without the real discount.
Yeah.
You go get Lofty, it's 350 to 400 bucks a month on like your base model, pretty much. I mean, most of the other CRMs, I mean, you're 1,000 plus on a lot of these things,
That's right. That's right.
and then they always sell you on lead gen as well,
Mhm.
and with Real you get it for 50 bucks a month, so you literally get it at 90% discount. It's insane. Anybody who's with Real that's not using Lofty for their CRM, in my opinion, is just throwing money out the window, because it can do what your CRM does. I promise you that. And most of these other CRMs don't have AI built in. The AI is not 100% where it should be, but it's amazing compared to anything else that's out there for these CRMs. So the AI is a massive, massive feature on there. And the system is built for whatever you input is what it's going to output to you. So if you're not logging your calls and your texts and your emails and that kind of stuff, it's not going to be able to spit out what you want. But you can set up all kinds of automated stuff with the smart plans. You can do birthdays, closed anniversaries, right? Even just like reminder tasks for you to call the people and stuff for their birthdays and things. Anything that you can almost think of in the system, it can be done. And so what I come in and do most of the time for people, and this is like the biggest thing they need, is one website design to make sure their website looks really nice. It works kind of like Wix. It's like in blocks, right? But we customize those blocks in a way to make them look really good. We have certain themes that we use. But the other thing is the automation part. So many agents are doing things repetitive over and over and
Yep.
over when
Yep.
you could automate that in Lofty.
Yep.
So that's really like the two like main key parts is the website part and the automation part mixed with the AI in there, which all kind of works together. So like in a nutshell, that's the biggest part. But I have like 4 or 5 things that I would love to show you guys
Let's do
on
it.
this system.
Let's do it, man.
Okay. All right. So one of the biggest things, let me share my screen. I'll show you what the Lofty system looks like. Here's one of my demo accounts. I work off a couple screens too, so you might see the side of my face. I got just monster screens everywhere over here. So this is like your dashboard right here, right? One of the biggest things that is helpful for agents with this is the open house forms. And most people are still doing like paper books. They got people coming in here, or they're just writing it down, and then they have to go and put it into their CRM manually. That's all time. Everybody like they don't look at the time they spend on these little tasks that could easily be automated just by having an open house form by itself is going to save you that amount of time. And it helps you not misspell something if somebody wrote something down, or maybe they're writing in freaking cursive and you're a younger person that doesn't know how to do cursive stuff. I still know how to do cursive stuff. But you can't read it, right? Maybe you can't read their stuff. So when you have them input it or scan a QR code, then you're set. So essentially, in here on the marketing side, you have open house forms. All right, here's a few that we have. I'll just grab this one right here, but to literally make one, it takes 2 seconds. You say add new, you can select the property. It's literally done that fast. Like it just makes it like that. What it looks like is this. So a lot of people have this is actually a listing of mine that I have out of town. It's so nice. I don't do much real estate, man, but this is family, so I gotta help them out. You know what I mean? But this is people will have a tablet or their laptop right there, and so it's panning the main photo that you have online with the QR code. So somebody comes in, scans their QR code, you now pull in all their cell phone information straight into the system. It'll be source open house, and this address will be the first address that they see. So
Mm,
it's very, very cool to be able to do that, bring people in. Say they don't have a QR code, you can just fill in name, email, phone number, right? It's
mm,
really, really nice. And you can pull this stuff straight from the app on your Lofty app on your phone as well. It doesn't have to just be desktop. But this right here is a massive time saver. The other part of it too is after you have people opt into this open house, you can go and send out a mass email and a mass text to these people following up with them, asking them what happened with the open house. What did you think? What'd you like? Like, and it gives you the opportunity to one, talk about the open house, but two, talk about what else they might want to buy if they don't want to buy that. You know what I mean?
Sean, how is that mass texting feature? Are there restrictions on how many people you can text at the same time, for example? Like,
Yes, there is, and you can upgrade from there. So fortunately, with Real, you get a little bump. So when you have a regular Lofty system, the texting is 200 text a day. That's your limit. With Real, it's 500 per day. So you get a little bump. Emails, I've actually never seen somebody really get capped on emails. I think it was like 5,000 that somebody got capped in a day. But I don't ever really run into anybody having an email issue sending stuff out from there. But it's so simple to do with that.
deliverability is pretty good with
Deliverability is good. So there is one thing you have a sending email that you can set up through Lofty. So it's essentially setting up a domain or even your domain to send out the emails, certain records and things like that that need to be put on your GoDaddy or your Google, wherever your domain's at. But that will improve deliverability because as it stands right now, most people's systems emails say at lofty.me. That gets flagged for spam a lot. So that means you're going to get flagged for spam a lot because it's a default thing. So if you have at lofty.me as your sending email, I would change that immediately because there's a really good chance that either your stuff's just going straight to spam or two, it's just completely being reported for phishing or anything like that. You know what I mean? So yes, it has great deliverability when it's set up
mhm,
correctly.
mhm.
So open houses, first off, fantastic thing to do. One more thing that you can do, this is a big time saver right here, is they have the social studio. This is an add-on inside the Lofty system, but we get it with we get the basic one with Real. So in here, this is essentially a social media scheduler. You can come in here and schedule out posts on your social media, and you could schedule them out for months if you want to. Okay. But what the time saver here is, I mean, one, scheduling it out, that's great. But in here, they have this auto post feature. Okay. You can come in here and you can set up your listings, office listings, insights, buyer seller guides, all this stuff. You come in here and you set this up. And what it will do is, let's just say you go on your MLS and you change your property from listed to under contract. It will then take that and post it on your social media saying under contract with the template that you essentially build right here. So you change
Mm.
stuff on MLS, even open houses, you got an open house coming up, it will post it for you. So just knowing that you don't even have to worry about that because it's already set up, and you just do your thing on MLS and it's good. Huge time
Yeah.
saver. It pulls
Yeah.
the picture straight from the MLS, pulls the link right to your website. It's really, really nice. And you can go in there and add in your license number, brokerage, all that kind of good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
a
one
big
of those
deal.
things where it is a fantastic time saver in there. And then right here, as you can see, auto property alerts, you can have those be set up so they get automatic property alerts as soon as they hit your website based off their searches. And then same with market reports as well. It'll automatically set up, but there's check boxes and basically permissions that you have to enable in Lofty for that to happen.
Mm. Okay.
So another couple things here. I do this thing. This is a great one for people. I call it mining your database. All right. So what happens is a lot of people, they want to send some stuff out, but they're like, oh, I don't know what to send out. A lot of people do the Sharon's deal of the week. I love that. I actually get a lot of responses from that. But the best way, if you have a lot of leads in your system that are searching for properties and stuff like that, you're going to be able to match these people with listings in here. So of all my leads, you see right here where it says match 22, match 13, right? A couple of these are rentals. Let's just say this match 22. All right, I'm going to come in here. Some of these got wrong numbers, but they got good emails. That's why they're still in there. You can select all of them and say email, and it's going to pull that property straight in. And I come up here to
Mm.
subject line and I say, did you miss this one? And it's essentially emailing people, and just it's something that matches their criteria. They could have seen it, they could have not seen it. It's a touch. It's a value touch of you saying, hey, maybe you missed this one. You can see right there, all I got to do is click send. That took 30 seconds, not even to do, right? All of these things don't take that long. You just have to do it. And so I do this once a week. I'll come in here and I'll pick a handful of properties. And you can even get really specific. If you're like, this is the northwest part of town over here, you could say, hey, I just want to send some stuff in the northwest part of town. Maybe that's where I want to work and focus on. It's going to zoom in and still find them. Look, here's one for 25. There's 25 match, 24 match. It's awesome. So you can pick the areas that you even want to push stuff out in. And I totally recommend everybody to focus on one main area if you could. All your content about it, all your stuff about it, because nobody's doing that in a sense. There's a handful of people that are crushing it that way, but you can definitely take some market share if you just focus on one area. I'm talking like the neighborhoods on your website, have it focused on the area, your Google business profile focused on the area, all that stuff, right?
And
So
just to be clear, Sean, these are pulling matches from the CRM, right? So these
yeah,
are leads
these are all leads in my system.
in the CRM that are searching for similar properties. It's matching them automatically with these properties and with the click of a button. Now, is there a way to automate that?
There's not a way to automate that. They do have this auto property alerts in here, but there's not a way to essentially automate it yet. A couple things that they got coming down the pipeline are supposed to be with that, like workflow
Mhm.
type stuff, where you can say
Yep.
if this, then that. And that's gonna be amazing when they do that. But as of right now, no way to automate it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, just to be able to auto match leads that are in the database and then send them properties that they're very likely interested in is also a really nice feature. Yep.
100%. And it takes 2 seconds to do it, right?
Yep.
So it's one of those things where it's like, it doesn't take long. Just go in there and knock it out, you know?
Yep.
So that's another one, the mining your database. I love that one. That's a really good one. A couple things I wanted to just talk about really quick, touch on is the Lofty app. If you don't have the app, you need to get that thing immediately. There are a ton of additional features in there. One that people use the most is actually the door knocking feature in that app. There is a door knocking feature in there when you turn your GPS and location on. it'll essentially map out where you're door knocking and where you're walking. And so if you walk up to somebody, you can actually pull their information in. It will help you pull some stuff from tax records and whatnot. But if you're talking to somebody, you can actually pull their information in right there and put it into your CRM, just right there talking to them.
Mm,
And it's awesome because at on your phone, you can say, hey, if they're looking for properties, if they're looking for a home valuation, anything like that, you can do it from your phone and send it to them right there.
mm.
So
Yeah.
it's just awesome of what you can do with that app. Another thing too that is extremely cool here is lead routing and lead routing to more than just your area, for instance. So I have people that have remote teams, right? Like they're in different states. You can have somebody in a completely different market and in a different state on your website. And as long as they're connected to the MLS, as far as their association that they're connected to, you can hook it up to your Lofty account. So you can
Mm,
still run ads in that area on your Lofty account. Maybe like I'm in Vegas, right? And maybe I got somebody in Florida. I can put them on my Lofty account and I can run ads to them and lead route everything that comes specific to that area will route specific to that agent.
mm,
You can go by
mm,
zip code, prices. So if you got new agents coming in, you can give them the rental leads. You can give them leads under 200 or something. Like you can be that specific with
mm,
it, which in my opinion is awesome because it's not just completely round robin. You can get very, very detailed with that. So I think that is an awesome feature. And then you got the IDX and you got the home value. Obviously, this is IDX here. And then you got your home valuation tool, right? And the cool thing about the home valuation tool, it's not tied to your MLS. It's a completely different system. So a lot of real agents, as soon as I do a training with them and tell them this, they're like, "Oh my gosh!" They lose their minds on it,
mm,
and they'll actually run ads for home valuations in other states, other markets. They'll get that seller on the phone, and then they can call up an agent to recruit them over to Real or talk to them as
mm.
far as just a referral partner in the area.
Yep.
And they can do that. You can't do that with buyers because you don't have access to that MLS, but you can do it on the seller side.
Hmm.
So it's just a really cool thing that it works everywhere. And so
Hmm.
I love, love, love
Mm.
that feature. And the very last thing that I really wanted to touch on right here is the AI. All right. There is some really, really cool stuff that the AI can do here. So like this is essentially what your AI looks like. It'll show you what's being monitored, responses received. This is my demo account here. This is what I use to show people what's going on with stuff. But you have two things. You got your sales assistant and your call screening. So sales assistant is essentially the live chat on your website, the AI that's going to be texting people when they opt in, talking to people when they opt in. And essentially you can come down here, you can put, if you got a picture you want to put on there. You didn't used to be able to do all of this stuff, but I like my AI to be on all the time, but I only like specific pipelines. Only the ones that I essentially either haven't talked to the person yet or they're like a long time nurture. Anybody that I'm talking to on a regular basis, I mute the AI immediately. But you can name it. You can decide if you want to handle rental inquiries or not. You can decide the balance, proactive or reserved. This right here is essentially like your bio. So it's going to be able to help communicate with the people a little bit more on like your side of things. And so what we come to find out on the AI
Conversation
is
with
you'll go to
somebody
bed
and
and
got
then you
all their
wake up and you
criteria,
see
what
the
they're
AI
looking
just had
for.
and booked you an appointment. It will book showings for you too. And with us being in Vegas, I mean, it's 24/7. So we have people checking us out and talking to the AI all the time.
Mhm.
So it just really helps fill in the gaps. It really helps if you're in an appointment, you know that it's not going to get missed. It's still going to get touched. You're still going to be able to talk to that client at some point in time. It is massive. So it's literally like having somebody at your office that's just calling and following up with the leads all the time, but you're not having to pay for it. This is an add-on. This is a big add-on, and we get it for free with Lofty or with Real. That's part of the package. Is this?
For
The
50
other
bucks.
one is the call screening, which I can't even tell you. Most people don't even know what this is. This is essentially an AI voice. It's only inbound. It's not outbound. That is coming down the line. They're going to have outbound calling here supposedly this year. We shall see. So when a new lead comes in, AI will reach out and start qualifying that lead. That's going to be cool. But this right here is basically will answer the calls as it comes in. So you can seriously set it up. What kind of voice do you want? What hours? I basically run it after hours. So in the event somebody calls or something after hours, the AI can talk to them. You decide what actions it's going to be, and then you can even do AI prompts. And this is a good one. And I'm not saying like I mean, a lot of people aren't going to have 1,000 people calling their company line all the time. But if you have this company number out there, it's going to get called and you just never know
Mhm.
when it's going to happen. So again, having this set up right, you're good and you can have that AI reach out. So if you just look at those just those 5 or 6 things that I talked about right there, specifically, each one of those will help you engage with leads. Each one of those is going
Yeah.
to help you save time and create time in your business. And each one of those is like hiring another person. Like literally everything in here, you'd have to have multiple people on your staff to be able to handle what this system can do for you. It's
Oh
kind
yeah.
of crazy.
Yeah. So I want to back up for just a minute. Did I hear you say this that Lofty will schedule showings for you? It has that capability today.
Yeah. So when you're on the website and on a property listing, it'll say schedule or schedule a showing. And that's the AI. The AI will literally book it off your calendar. So you want to make sure that your calendar is actually set up. And it pretty much looks like this. It's like Calendly built into your system here. It looks just like this with the calendar. You select the date, time, all that kind of stuff. You can do this. This will save you money too if you're spending money on Calendly. But this is what the AI is going to go off of. However you have
Mhm.
your calendar set up. You know, we were out of town one time and the AI booked a showing for us on a Saturday, and we're like, we got a showing at 3 o'clock. What the heck? And so we had to call one of our agents to go and show it for us. But it's just crazy how it works, and it's so cool. But it's all about this system and how you can make this thing work for you like a flipping workhorse that doesn't get tired. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That's really cool. So this is tied into showing time.
So no, this is actually just tied into your calendar directly. So like your Google Calendar, your Outlook calendar, anything like that. Which then you then have that you can tie it into showing time and stuff like that if you want. But this is basically like your calendar that you're sending out to
Got
people
it.
if they want to
Okay.
schedule consultations and stuff. But the
Got it.
AI will use this for booking showings.
Got it. Okay. Cool. And so, how about the website itself, just from a a
Yeah.
user, an end user, how easy is it for the consumer to navigate? I know you said that they like it, but yeah,
Yeah.
what does that look like?
So here's one we just delivered yesterday. This one they're up in Colorado, up in Fort Collins, Colorado, and you can kind of go nuts with it. Each one of these will go to different home searches. They like the aerial views on stuff. Um, it's just a matter of kind of what you want to do on the website and where you want to direct people. But essentially, when it comes to like looking for homes, like listings and stuff, right? Let me show
Mhm.
you what that looks like from a consumer standpoint. So it pulls up like this, very simplistic, very easy. You can get rid of the map if you want to. But what's so cool about this is you can draw on it if you want to. And then you can also put in, this is a little small town up north right here. I don't know why I zoomed into that one. I was trying to get to Vegas. There we go. You can come in and you can draw on it. You can select any additional criteria. It pulls everything from your MLS. Like it's everything that's in your MLS right there. And you can even go by keywords. So it'll
Mm,
pull off of like the remarks and stuff like that. It
okay.
just makes it very simplistic for people to come in here. And then like, let's just say we go to this one. Excuse me. So
Mhm.
schedule a tour right here. You can do virtual or in person, and it's got all the information that's needed right here. It starts pulling school information, market trends. It gives you these are like lead magnets, so just another way to capture some more information. But I mean, it gives you all the info that you need. It pulls in Matterport tours if you got a 3D tour on the place. So from here, as soon as they opt in, the AI will start reaching out and talking to them. And it just recently, like I'm talking the last couple months, it's now talking directly about a property. Before it was pretty broad. Now it's saying, "Hey, I saw you checked out the property on Sunset Drive. What do you want to know about it? What's going on?" You know, and it's like when I saw communication like that, I was kind of surprised because I didn't even know they updated it at that time. So it was awesome.
Cool.
But consumers love the way that it faces. You do get the home valuation tool in there as well, where you can punch everything in. You can do a ton of different neighborhoods if you want. Like I organize my stuff, between how it goes. But you can really go extensive with it. Blogging is another big one That is free. That doesn't cost extra. But if you're not doing blogging with your website, at least one blog a week, you're missing out on a lot of organic traffic because I can guarantee your competition's not doing that. Two blogs a week, even better.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. Yep.
oh, and it also pulls in from your Google profile for reviews and stuff. So, like if you're worried about your website updating for reviews, as long as you have your Google profile integrated with it, it'll pull those reviews straight in for you.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. And so Sean, how, what are you doing specifically? Because I know you help agents all over the country, set this thing up. What is your company doing specifically? Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yes, sir. So we do everything from if you just need a website update, upgrade, we can take care of that, or just a build. If you just need your back end settings done, we can take care of that. If you need the entire thing built from beginning to end and all you have is your logins, we can do that. We do the onboarding for you, all that crap. Our goal is to take all the time that you're going to spend on it away so you can spend that time selling houses and we take care of it for you. We have people that come to us that they're just like, hey, can you just audit my system? 100% we can. I have a lot of agents that come to me, team leaders, like, hey, can we just do monthly trainings on the system? I want to make sure the team's dialed in. 100%. I show them all the cool stuff and what's going on. So we literally do everything from A to Z on that. We even have some companies, some brokerages that have us on as like kind of their premium support, you could say. So they don't
Mhm.
want to sit on the
Mhm.
phone with Lofty and deal with that. We take care of that as well.
Okay.
From there, that's essentially your engine, right? Lofty's your engine. You got to pump gas into that thing. Like you do a lot of YouTube stuff. That's great. I love YouTube stuff. There's Google ads. I stay away from social media ads. I don't like Facebook ads and stuff. I got people that will fight me on that all day long. But I'm a Google ads guy. I just see a better quality lead, a better intent there. Same with YouTube ads, same way. But you got to fuel that thing. So organic traffic and paid traffic. So our paid traffic, we focus on Google ads and YouTube ads and retargeting ads.
Mm.
With that, we can do buyer campaigns, seller campaigns, video campaigns, Google business profile campaigns if you want to really focus on right around your office there. And then the organic side, we do monthly blogging, we do monthly press releases, and we write those and we distribute them. So you get a lot of good backlinks from news sites doing that. And we do all your just SEO on your website. And also, when we do your regular build, like we do your website, we do all the back end metadata as well to make sure that Google's going to find you. We index it and get it hooked up with Google Search Console as well. So that way you can start getting out there a little bit more. And then we also do um, just consulting on that as well. So we have just a lot of people that have us come in and just kind of revamp their system because if you have a system that is lead based, you have to have it set up one way. And if you have it Sphere SOI based, you need to have it set up
Yeah.
a completely different, softer way
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we do everything all the way through there. Our website's everettmarketingagency.com. You can literally type that in Google. You're going to find me just about anywhere. I'm kind of all over the place. Obviously, my name's Sean Everett, so you'll be able to find me. But we just like to talk to get on the phone with somebody. Maybe they don't want to hire us for services or they want to try to figure it out themselves and stuff. No problem. Like I like to see where people are at and see how we can help them. And if we can help them, which we always can, it's always a plus on their side. They're just basically having somebody who's been doing this thing and is in it every single day. I mean, we do 5 build outs, full build outs like every week. We're in it all
Wow.
the time, and so we see everything going on. So just happy
Wow.
to talk to people, and we just appreciate any opportunities that come our way on that.
And you're brand agnostic. You do this for everybody.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
we do this for everybody. It's not just real. Yeah, like that one I just showed you from Fine Colorado. They're their own brokerage. They're a boutique brokerage with like 6 or 7 agents,
Okay.
and it's all good, but they get a massive discount when they're with real for sure.
So let's wrap with that. This you talk about that discount and
Sure.
because we were talking yesterday and I think you said out of the box, around $400, but once you add the add-ons that you actually really should have to make this thing really, really run well, you're talking 600-700 bucks a month, and
Yep.
you get all of that for $50 a month as a real agent, correct?
Correct. They just increased it a couple months ago from 40 to 50, but they did that. They also added some additional features too.
Okay.
So yes, you get it at that base out of the box, 350, $400, but you don't get a whole lot of anything extra with it. So the real system that you get for $50, I mean, you can't compare that to pretty much anything. I don't know of any systems really that you can get for $50 that is worth a crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
I don't see it. So in my opinion, that is a massive discount. And if you look at this, you figure out how much you spend for your cap, for instance, right? That's one thing that I help people see is let's just say to make it easy math, 500 bucks for the system, right? You're paying 50. That's a 90% discount right there, okay? But then factor that in, how much you're going to spend on a yearly basis versus how much you're saving. Take that
yeah,
amount you're saving and literally just look at that as part of your cap. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's
Deduct it.
crazy what
Yeah,
it can do. And it's literally like a third of your cap almost, you know?
yeah,
So it's pretty wild.
yeah.
So in my opinion, the discount, you can't beat it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, man. And I'm actually looking forward to connecting you with a whole bunch of people because even if they have it, like you said, they're not utilizing it at, to its well, probably not even a tenth of what it's capable of. So
For
I'm
sure.
excited to connect you with a bunch of folks, man. And we're going to put your website and all your info in the description for this video. Sean, I really appreciate you carving out some time to spend with us. I know you got websites to build, brother. So thank you so much for all that you do. And hey, guys, if you want to learn how to work your Lofty CRM better, more efficiently, to produce more leads, reach out to Sean. If you don't have it and you want to look at it, reach out to Sean. If you are not with Real and you want a massive discount, then certainly give us a shout and we can help you out. Sean, thanks again, brother. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care, guys.